it really take to live like a survivor?
Why are some people leading double lives filled with online hate?
This game's aim? Keeping young girls on the court and off the list of missing children.
Is the American flag backwards on the tail of Air Force One? We'll verify.
And here comes another round of showers. WUSA 9 at 11 starts now. And we got the rain and the showers pushing into the region right now as we speak.
We're talking about this, a perfect night for sleeping.
Can't wait.
Don't sleep yet, but perfect night for
That's
sleeping.
right. Wait till the end of the show.
Let me show you the radar now. This is over the last hour, and you can actually see some yellow on here, which indicates some moderate rain, even little flecks of red here and there. Everything essentially moving due north, so it's not raining yet in much of Montgomery County, but it's raining pretty heavily south of town and up toward Leesburg, and all of it's moving almost due north. We'll zoom in a little bit. You can see some pretty good rainfall here from Fairfax to Old Town, then southward down toward Dale City. All this is moving off to the north, almost due north, so headed toward Reston as we get into the next 15 minutes or so. And it may hold together all the way to North Bethesda by about 11:27. Just a great night for sleeping. Okay, Futurecast, 5 o'clock in the morning. Look at this. We still have moderate rain in much of Montgomery County. So you're coming down 270, coming in Connecticut, New Hampshire. It's going to be pretty significant rainfall. Even showers extending back down into Fredericksburg. So just prepare for a slow early commute. By 6 a.m., we still have showers up and down 95, upper 50s, low 60s. But by 7 o'clock, lighter activity, but the roads are still going to be wet. 59 at Leesburg and also Frederick, and then by the time we get to 8 o'clock, showers still hanging tough. We'll come back. We'll talk about what happens in the afternoon because we have a yellow weather alert for all of Thursday.
Tonight at Bowie State University, there are deep questions and deep sorrow as the campus remembers the life of Army Lieutenant Richard Collins III. This is new video showing the 22-year-old as he was just commissioned last Thursday with his proud mom, dad, and sister alongside. Just days later, he was stabbed to death, a crime possibly fueled by racism. The bus stop where he died has become a memorial. Friends and strangers leaving flowers and condolence notes.
The murder of Lieutenant Collins is gaining national attention tonight. His memory honored on the floor of the House of Representatives. Here's Maryland Congressman Anthony Brown.
His bright future was stolen. His parents were robbed of their son. Our hearts are broken. Farewell and Godspeed, Lieutenant Collins.
The suspect in this case, Sean Urbanski, he was part of a Facebook group that centered around hatred for minorities, and that's something that shocked his friends and neighbors. We're breaking new ground on this story from two angles tonight. One, living double lives, people acting one way in person and then doing a 180 online. Two, a new plan by the University of Maryland, just announced by the president a few hours ago. And we'll begin there with Stephanie Ramirez.
President Wallace Lowe released this information just a few hours ago. Here's the email in it. The university lists 5 things they're going to do right away. 3 of them include 1, creating a trained rapid response team to address any hate or bias incidents. 2, allocate $100,000 in supplemental funds so the Office of Diversity and Inclusion can support the rapid response team. And 3, they're going to be reporting and disseminating the information on hate bias incidents that happen on campus.
I live in 111, like I live right there.
Chris Wallace and Adam Kwame tell me they graduated in 2014. They couldn't believe what happened, so they came to see the scene for themselves.
You could say whatever you want about any other factors that may have, inspired this. Like, that is at the core of it. That is at the heart of it, that hate and that fear that other people have for people who don't look like them or talk like them or walk like them.
More than 800 people signed a petition online calling on the university to clearly define hate speech and increase the punishment. The school's Black Student Union's president is the one who created that petition. She responded to the action plan tonight on Twitter, writing, "I feel encouraged that administration is finally taking concerted action to address this heinous crime and hate bias incidents." Stephanie Ramirez, WUSA 9.
And by the way, we just learned that the stabbing was caught on video, but we still don't know why it happened. Investigators aren't talking about the motive, but they are looking into whether Sean Urbanski led a secret life online. Here's Pete Muntean.
In Sean Urbanski's hometown near Annapolis, Severna Park is shocked. He worked at the bowling alley.
He was a good kid.
This woman did not show her face. Nobody we talked to knew of Urbanski's membership in the Alt-Right Nation Facebook group. The posts, anti-black, anti-Semitic memes.
I've never heard him make any kind of racist remarks about anyone. Black, blue, purple, orange.
Hate content is being used to facilitate hate crimes. So
Dr. Jason Chan studies hate crimes. Last year, he wrote this report. It found racist acts have gone up with internet access.
It's sort of this, this concept of living in an online bubble.
The FBI is still investigating if this was a hate crime. Experts tell me Urbanski's Facebook is not enough proof yet.
People the perpetrators of hate crime tend to be lone wolves out there.
Chan says investigators must look at private messages. He thinks that's the way hate groups groom.
A person who is sort of on the margins might slowly evolve and be convinced by the content to be committing, hateful actions towards other groups out there.
A chance of a secret life online that could soon be exposed. Pete Muntean, WUSA 9.
New tonight, big accusations against a candidate running for Congress. His name is Greg Gianforte. He's a Republican running for the seat open in Montana. Ben Jacobs is a writer for The Guardian covering the race. Earlier tonight, he tweeted, "Greg Gianforte just body slammed me and broke my glasses." His organization then followed through with the audio. Take a listen.
The CBO score, because you were waiting to make your decision about healthcare until you saw the bill and it just came out. And what you thought
we'll
about
talk to you about that later.
Yeah, but there's not going to be time. I'm just curious if you have
Okay,
the action
speak
right
with
now.
Shane, please.
But you don't.
Sick and tired of you guys. The last guy that came here, you did the same thing. Get the hell out of here. Jesus. Get the hell out of here. The last guy did the same thing. You were the Guardian?
Yes, and you just broke my glasses.
The last guy did the same damn thing.
You just body slammed me and broke my glasses.
Get the hell out of here.
Now, Gianforte's campaign put out a statement, too. It says Gianforte tried to grab a phone that Jacobs pushed in his face. Jacobs grabbed Gianforte's wrist and spun away, pushing them both to the ground. Here's how the statement ends. It's unfortunate that this aggressive behavior from a liberal journalist created this scene at our campaign volunteer barbecue. By the way, that special election happens tomorrow.
Questioning everything you see on Facebook, Twitter, and the rest of the internet is essential these days because there's a lot of crap that's fake out there. Take a look at this picture. It looks like a couple of Air Force officers, a civilian and a child, but the officer here on her knees, look at her shoes. Well, they don't exactly look like the dress shoes that would normally be seen on someone wearing a dress uniform. So this picture didn't sit right with one of our WUSA 9 verified viewers, a retired Air Force reservist himself and a Loudoun County resident.
Verify this email photo that was sent to me recently. The problem with that is the shoes that this woman officer is wearing. They do not strike me as regulation shoes with that uniform.
So Joseph Zmuda sent me that picture. He got it in this email forward from a friend of his. The subject line, "The future of your Air Force." And then someone chimed in seemingly perplexed, saying that the Commandant of the Air Force Academy is wearing tennis shoes with her Class A blues. Okay, so first, I was able to trace this photo back to its source, the Colorado Springs Gazette, which is the legitimate and, in fact, Pulitzer Prize-winning newspaper of record for Colorado Springs, which is home to the United States Air Force Academy. So whammo, I can verify that this picture is authentic, not staged, and a true and accurate representation of what happened last Monday, May 15th. Well, what happened last Monday? Well, the woman here on her knee with the little girl is Brigadier General Kristen Goodwin, and she officially took over as Commandant of the Air Force Academy. The civilian in the picture with her is her wife, and they have 2 little girls. But what about this whole thing with her shoes? Well, I connected with the Chief of Internal Operations for the Air Force Academy today, Ray Bowden. And here's what he told me. He said General Goodwin was wearing authorized low-quarter shoes with a high-gloss finish. And then he sent me a section of the Air Force dress manual that says low quarters can be worn, optional, with the service dress and service uniforms. They may be high-gloss or patent finish. So, Joseph, it's legit. And a big thanks here to Bowden for getting back to me on this story. Today was actually graduation day at the Air Force Academy, and they had a lot going on there. Well, speaking of the Air Force, how about this one? Barbara from Wheaton sent an email asking me, why is the flag on the tail of Air Force One backwards? Well, here's the presidential 747 landing in Tel Aviv a few days ago. And look, the stars there, they're not like the ones you see on every other flag. And when you Google the American flag, they're all on the left. And here's the weird thing. This is the left side of Air Force One. Normal looking flag there. Well, here's the answer to this riddle from ushistory.org, a nonprofit out of Philadelphia. See, on the right side of the plane is a reversed flag. It's done on purpose so the flag looks like it's blowing in the wind. You'd see this on military cars and trucks as well. Great question, Barbara. Thank you. Now, if you see something on TV or your social media feeds that has you wondering if it's true or not, find me on Twitter or Facebook at Adam Longo TV or send me an email to verify@WUSA9.com.
A local cop is trying to make sure he's out of a job. You heard me. Detective John Witherspoon investigates missing children's cases, and he's trying to do his part to make sure that girls stay home and stay in school. Delia Gonçalves takes a look at his mission playing out on the basketball court at Watkins Mill High School in Gaithersburg.
Good shot, Maggie. Good.
There may be just one man on the court, but there are three John Witherspoons.
Eyes up, eyes up.
Witherspoon, the dad.
They talk to me about relationships.
Witherspoon, the coach.
Who's going to push them.
And Witherspoon, the detective.
He's concerned with the dangers that come with them being young ladies.
Detective Witherspoon chases down missing children cases for Montgomery County Police, and he realized the heartbreaking truth that many girls who disappear are indeed missing their sense of self-worth.
We're trying to teach them that if you invest in this and you invest in yourself, then you won't become one of those statistics that I have to investigate. If I can save one from being a murder victim like we had earlier this year, then my job has been successful. If I can reach as many of them as I can, and it can start from using basketball as that vehicle, that's what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Family. We can go through the stats. In the 7 years of this program, 24 graduates, girls with state championship titles, and a lot of young ladies who have played overseas professionally. But the true success of this program is the mere fact that these young ladies are here, playing basketball on the courts and not out on the streets. In Montgomery County, Delia Gonçalves, WUSA 9.
Well, tools made from stones, rubbing sticks together to make fire, butchering wild animals. It might sound like an episode of Survivor or a really bad vacation, but it's actually all part of a class being taught on Maryland's Eastern Shore. So grab your notebooks. We're going back to school. Then Topper will be back with a look at what to expect for Memorial Day weekend and his first alert forecast. We're back after this.
Tonight on an all-new Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Stephen's got Robin Wright, plus music from Paul Simon.
Join us, won't you?
Colbert, the smart choice.
Sponsored by Fios by Verizon. Fios is not cable. We're wired differently. Visit getfios.com today.
Get the 2017. It is truly an honor to stand here and address you today.
It's graduation season. Lots of parents and students are fondly remembering their favorite teacher or professor. At Washington College in Chestertown on Maryland's Eastern Shore, Professor Bill Schindler is changing students' lives one stone tool at a time. As Bruce Leshan tells us in tonight's Special Assignment Unit report, he's also changing a lot of people's understanding of what it means to be human.
People sometimes call him Professor Caveman. He does not like the nickname.
This is a great spot.
Too backward looking.
You're taking off tools.
Because Schindler is trying to help his students understand how we became the humans we are now and where we might be going.
Oh, that's a nice call.
By teaching them the primitive technology and survival skills of our earliest ancestors.
Here we go. There it goes. Nice job.
We're sparing you some of the more gruesome tasks that they do in Schindler's class, like skinning a deer and cutting it up.
But making stone tools like this was what allowed early humans to go from staring at that deer carcass helplessly and starving to death to actually being able to cut it apart and get something to eat.
And it may not look like much, but this completely transformed the relationship between Homo habilis and their environment. They no longer were restricted to just using their nails and their teeth.
If we went back to the beginning, could mankind survive?
Schindler starred in the Nat Geo survival show, The Great Human Race.
Oh my God.
stand your ground.
So I think we need to contextualize this with an example.
The distinguished professor delivered a convocation address in buckskin. And his classes often look like this.
The coolest plant right here in this spot is right in the crack by the curb. It's called pineapple weed.
Students out foraging for healthy wild plants on the side of the road.
Nice pungent flavor to it. It's really nice, right?
He lives in a nice suburban home with his wife and 3 children. But the family has shared his incredible experiences, like a week subsisting in a thatch hut in a Stone Age village in Denmark.
We're different than other families, but people think it's cool.
Nice job. His suburban home is often packed with college students. Here, they're making head cheese.
Squeamish at all?
Nope. No.
Not squeamish.
We helped butcher the pig to begin with.
Liver mousse,
Almost like a strawberry smoothie.
sourdough bread.
So this doesn't look all that primitive to me.
This isn't that primitive, but the technique for fermenting this for a very long period of time very well could be 10 to 12,000 years old.
So this is the cheese cave. This is holding all of the cheese that these students have made for the past few weeks.
And Italian cheese.
This is ricotta salata, which is a very salty, dry ricotta.
All for a big college banquet celebrating a multi-million-dollar fundraising drive.
It's not about eating like cavemen. It's about learning to eat like humans again.
Homo erectus lived on this planet for almost 2 million years. Modern humans have been here far less time.
What have we done to this planet in 200,000 years? What have we done to ourselves?
Schindler thinks we need to relearn those ancient skills.
Go ahead.
To reconnect with our past and remember what it means to be human if we hope to be around anywhere near as long.
But we're also the smartest species on the planet.
At Washington College in Chestertown, Maryland.
That's my first stone tool ever.
Bruce Leshan, WUSA 9.
And how do cricket powerballs sound? Or perhaps a wild spring green quiche? Professor Schindler was kind enough to share these recipes with us, along with several others. We've posted them on our WUSA 9 app and website. Just search Special Assignment Unit.
All right, well, get ready. There is a yellow weather alert tomorrow. Again. Here's Topper with the forecast.
But here's the deal. It's not going to rain all day. We'll have breaks in the showers and the thunderstorms. 3-degree guarantee. You know, it was 67 yesterday. Thought, well, it's got to be at least 67 today, right? So I went 70. It was 2 degrees cooler. 65 was the high, so it's okay. We send some more money to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Kids. It's a win-win situation, really. We're going to go 76 tomorrow. Right now at 62, we have light rain downtown. Winds are still easterly at 13. Until these kick southwesterly, we're going to remain in this sort of chilly air, maritime air, if you will. Here's the radar over the last hour. Everything moving almost due north. There's a lot of red and yellow here. This is moderate rainfall pushing through D.C., west side of the Beltway and most of Loudoun County, and also Prince William County and Fauquier County. West of Leesburg, you go far enough out toward Purcellville, some pretty good rains. And even closer to town, we have some pretty good rains around D.C., out River Road, also about Tyson's 123, and out 66 as well. So just probably set your alarm a little bit early tomorrow. It's going to be a slow commute tomorrow. Look at the rainfall overnight, and most of this will fall between now and about 8 a.m. Over an inch for the GFS and around an inch for everybody else. NAM came in now at 1.3 inches, so a good soaking rain in our first month above average rainfall since last May. Bus stop temperatures 56 to 70. Plan on showers. Yellow weather alert for thunderstorms, but a break in between 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get a break. Both commutes possibly wet, and we'll see some sun tomorrow too. And then more sun and warmer on Friday with some afternoon thunderstorms. So risks: heavy rain, low; hail, almost negligible; strong storms, moderate; damaging winds, low. But in terms of impact, street flooding, low. Nats game is low because they moved the game till noon. Yep. Wet commutes, that is a high impact, and need your umbrella, that is a moderate impact. Temperature-wise, look at this, 76 tomorrow, and then boom, we're back in the 80s. So at least, although we're going to be unsettled over the weekend, we're back in the 80s, pair of 85s, Saturday and also Memorial Day. So day planner, 60s to start with rain showers tapering off, 72 by 1 o'clock. And then by Friday, more sun, 82. Saturday, some showers, but not a bad day, low 80s. Most of the showers south of town, Fredericksburg and into southern Maryland. Sunday could be our wettest day. Showers and storms almost on and off all day, 85. And then on Memorial Day, some storms, not a washout. Gorgeous on Tuesday, and a thunderstorm still possible on Wednesday, but we're still around 80. We'll be back right after this.
Is that true? Is this real? How do you know what to believe? Every night, we verify a story that you questioned. True or false? We verify it tonight at 11. Truth, tested, verify. Only on WUSA 9.
Earn entries all month for a chance to win your share of $75,000 in cash and prizes and a brand new 2017 Porsche Boxster on Saturday, May 27th. There's no place like Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races.
The BMW...
Bold claims and questionable content. When it comes to the internet, it's really hard to know what to believe. Take a close listen here to the editor of a self-proclaimed alternative news website and the motivation behind his message.
The boundary between the real and the fake is maybe less easy than you think it is. Intentionally disseminated bad information. There's fake-ish news. There's faker news, more fake, less fake. Maybe it's not fake at all. Maybe it's biased.
We're about promoting freedom and sustainable society. We have a stated mission. It's open up on our website. If it goes super viral, they can do really well in a single article. I like to think of journalism as activism. We're not the sole source of information that everybody should go to. We're a voice out there in a stream of voices where a lot of people are putting out fake news and deceiving people into spreading it. Sometimes these views that we put out there can easily be written off by people who they expose by just labeling us fake news. Call us out. If you think it's fake, try to prove that, and they're not going to be able to, which is why we're not, we're not fake news.
The internet has made it increasingly possible for other voices and other perspectives and other interpretations of events to be published and to be made widely accessible. And sometimes the mainstream media says that these alternative outlets are fake news, and sometimes these alternative outlets claim that the mainstream media is fake news.
Take our own news quiz online and get the facts on how to spot those fake news stories. All you have to do is log on to our WUSA 9 app or our website.
Now, WUSA 9 Game On Sports with Frank Hanrahan. Brought to you by Xfinity.
You or I could pitch for the Washington Nationals if we got the same run support that Joe Ross is getting for the Nats. Get this. Major League Baseball record this season so far for Ross in his first 4 starts. He got 10 runs in the first game.
1-0. Rendon launching one high down the left field line. Gamble after it and see you later.
Then 23 in the second game.
Rendon deep to left. It is gone. See you later.
Followed by 15 runs and 14.
Going back in Ciarte. Grand slam.
That is an average of 15.5 runs a game when Joe Ross pitches. Compare that to the superstars on the team. Max Scherzer only gets 4.5 runs support per game when he's on the mound, and Steven Strasburg the exact same at 4.5. Now, Anthony Rendon of the Nats recently said, "We would love it if Joe Ross could pitch every day for our team." Hey, so would I. Frank Hanrahan, WUSA 9 Sports.
Make Ross your destination for savings. If you're looking for an incredible selection of the brands you love, this season's newest trends, for a fraction of what you'd pay at department stores.
You gotta go to Ross.
I'm Alex Curtis. I'm a lobsterman in Maine, and this is me.
I'm Roxy Sugar, and this is me.
I'm Eric Hopkins. I'm an artist, and this is me.
This is me.
Me.
This is me.
This is me. At the end of the journey, the main thing is you, original.
What do you think?
I can see you and me walking hand in hand through the park.
Good morning.
In the park.
Attention shoppers, there's a lost couple in the men's department.
There's a great big unkhaki world out there. Explore it in a Subaru Crosstrek. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
I need the phone that's where I happen to be.
To be the one that rings.
I need not to be missed phone calls. To not be missed.
I need seamless handoff.
Canyon software.
From reception to landline to mobile.
I need one number.
Not two. I'm always moving forward.
Because I can't afford to get stuck in the past.
Comcast Business. Built for business.
Hi, Lauren. My husband has been driving his Honda Accord for quite a while, and we think it's time for something new.
Now's the best time to get a great deal on the 2017 Honda Accord. Name one of Car and Driver's 10 best 31 times.
That's nice. But you know how much I love driving my baby.
Even though it gets great mileage and a rear view camera comes standard?
Well, life is about moving on. Let's test drive his beauty.
Find the perfect Accord for you at the Honda Perfect Accord sales event happening right now at your local Honda dealer.
If your pets could talk, they'd tell you to go to Ross because there's so much to choose from. Listen to your pets. They're your best friends, so they don't want you to spend more than you have to. If you want to save big on pet accessories, you've got to go to Ross.
WUSA 9 News is sponsored by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
That's it for us tonight. We've got the Late Show on the way next.
See you, bye.
You've been watching WUSA 9 News with a weather forecast rated most accurate in the D.C. area for the last 6 years.